Thank you, Mr. Chaudhary. Our next speaker leads the fintech ecosystem development work at the Monetary Authority of Singapore. He also leads the team that put together the Singapore Fintech Festival that brought together a staggering 10,000 registered participants. May I invite Mr. Roy Teo, Director of Fintech and Innovation Group, Monetary Authority of Singapore, to say a few words. I'm going to make a small suggestion. When I say a few words, I mean a few words. We have a long day ahead of us, and we have very little time, and we'd like to hear from all of you. So try and make it a few words. Mr. Teo?
Well, thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. My name is Roy. I'll make sure I'll just say a few words. Not too long. You can see it's just a slip of paper. First of all, a good morning to everyone. It's really great to be here. I mean, it's my first time in Vizag, and I must say that I'm super impressed. Of course, you know, being from where I am before you go to India, you always get a lot of very good advice on what to do and what not to do. But I quickly WhatsApped them back and said that, look, it's totally different. It's just amazing here. And looking at the whole fintech ecosystem here, I must say that, wow. It started off like sometime last year when I first got into or got to know Vizag as a place. You know that Singapore and the government of Andhra Pradesh has very good relationship. But last October, the signing of the MOU between the government of Andhra Pradesh and MAS actually brought the whole level to a new level, to a digital level. There was a collaboration agreement signed between MAS and GOAP on collaborating on fintech in a few ways, and that really helps. And I must say that when we first set up the MAS Fintech and Innovation Group, we gave ourselves a tagline called Dream Big, Start Small, and Move Fast. However, for the government of Andhra Pradesh, the dreams was much bigger. They started not very small, but they moved extremely fast. I must say that it's really successful to see the conference today. And the team were at the Fintech Festival last year, 2016. We had a very good relationship. They had a big pavilion. And that's where we started our relationship of connection, collaboration, and co-creation. I think in terms of connection, you can see evidently that last year there was a great connection between the two places, Vizag and Singapore. They brought the fintech companies to Singapore Fintech Festival. The team brought the whole, a good number of startups there. Today, we have another 15 to 20 of our startups based in Singapore that has come here to showcase their solutions. So if you have time, do visit their booth and see the great solutions that they are working on. In terms of collaboration, again, I can't say too little about that. A few words is really too few. You can see that besides Lattice 80 that Jay mentioned earlier, the polytechnics, the schools, the universities are also cooperating and collaborating in terms of curriculum, how they can help each other. And in terms of co-creation, I'm sure there will be a lot more opportunities for the two places, Singapore and Vizag, to collaborate and co-create new ideas out of the blockchain. I mean, if you want to look at the real case scenario, use cases, last year at our accelerator for the FinTech Festival, we garnered about 100 problem statements from the industry, and those are real use cases, which, if you want to, take a look at them and how you can solve the real world problems. And I think when we develop FinTech in MES, the whole objective is not really to be a competitive advantage. After all, we are a financial center in Singapore. We want to build a smart nation. And of course, a smart nation cannot have a dumb financial center, so we want to build a smart financial center. But the whole purpose of smart financial center, the objective of it is not so much to be the first or to be the top, but rather we want to help our financial institutions to reduce their risk, to improve efficiency, to create opportunities for our people, not just within the financial industry, but also across all different sectors, because FinTech ultimately will touch on different sectors in the industry. And last of all, which is the most important thing, and I think Jay mentioned, is to improve people's lives. How can we use FinTech to make our lives much better, not just for the not just for the bankers, but also for the normal citizen? So You mentioned about 2 different events in October, in February, and I also want to invite you to our second edition of our Fintech Festival, which is happening in 13 to 17 of November 2017. Last year, we had about 13,000 participants in the festival. I think somebody heard the numbers wrongly, so they expected me to bring in 30,000 people this year. So hopefully, you'll be one of the 30,000 people I'll see at the end of the year. With that, thank you very much, and I hope that is slightly more than a few words. Thank you.